Hey guys, Arleesha here and welcome to another video. Today we are continuing our journey in this sketchbook with the hopes of filling it. We are getting closer and closer, and while I was looking through my watercolors today and trying to decide what I wanted to paint and what I wanted to paint with, I felt the familiar feeling of being drawn to this small 12 colored Arteza set. I've had this little set of watercolors for a while, and I wanted to talk to you about it again now that it's been a while since I got this paint, and talk to you about how I feel about them now. I always really enjoy working with 12 color sets when I'm feeling stuck or when I just need like a change of pace. I find that working with this many colors is really refreshing and encourages me to reconnect with what I know about colors and how they mix and how they interact with one another, because there's so much mixing involved to get particular colors that I want. And as I mentioned in my initial video where I first reviewed this set, my set doesn't have a black, it just has two sepias. So when it comes to mixing neutral tones, I definitely have to rely on my knowledge about colors. Not that I use black all the time, but in my sketchbook, I sometimes just grab black paint, especially to mix quick tones. And this painting would have been one of the instances where I definitely would have used it if it was there. But anyway, the point is that I like 12 color sets because they encourage me to mix colors. To jump right into it, I really like this set. It's not that the paints are exceptionally high quality, because as I layer, it gets harder and harder to have very dark values with these paints. And also as you layer, those darker areas can start to look a bit chalky. But there's something about the range of colors available here that I really like, and that usually happens because of the selection of primary colors. So I like that we don't have super standard blues in this set. They have a sort of cerulean blue that doesn't granulate a ton. It's probably a phthalo blue mixed maybe even with a bit of white, and also something that's closer to like a Prussian blue. Again, not super granulating. At this point, I don't even remember what the color names are called, but I like that difference in the non-standard blues. I also like the sort of creamy, cool yellow in this set, and I like the warmer red. So what draws me to this set, even after so much time and knowing that the paints are not super high in quality, is that the range of colors feels comfortable and comforting to me, and I like coming back to them. I like to use them again. I'd love to know if you have any sets that you feel that way about, or any particular colors or particular brands where even if the paint itself isn't the highest quality, it just feels familiar to you and makes you happy in some way. I would love to know about that or hear about that. One of the biggest reasons that I'm happy to be doing more work in my sketchbook is that it puts less pressure on me to create super perfect pieces. I know we talk about this almost every time I work in my sketchbook, but it's so nice for me that this is a place where we can just relax together and I can explore ideas. So while this little concept may not be exactly how I would execute a finished piece, even like this, there are things that I would change, and there are ways that this idea feels like not properly balanced, and some color changes that I would maybe make if this was a more finished piece or something I had planned out a bit more. It wouldn't be exactly like this. But I'm so happy that my sketchbook is a place for trying things, and I really need to do it way more. Like, I need to spend so much more time doing things like this, because aside from the art that I make for videos or for Patreon, I've kind of gotten out of the habit of practicing. I don't just sit down and doodle or just sit down and paint, very much anymore. And I miss that a lot. So for now, if I can overlap practice time and video time so we can practice together, that sounds like a good way to go. as a little bit of an insight, here's this piece next to the reference image that I used. So I mostly used my reference for the angle of the head so I could get the relationships between the eyes and nose correct. And also, before we go, I guess I will clean up this red paint because I definitely made a big mess of it today. I'm not sure how our time together went by so quickly this week. I hope you've enjoyed spending some simple sketchbook time with me. Let me know if you have tried these paints or if you have any other little sets that are special to you for some particular reason. As always, a huge thank you to my members on YouTube and my patrons over on Patreon. You guys will have access to the real-time version of this video, and we also do a Q&A during the real-time videos. So if you're interested in things like that, you can check out either of those platforms. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video and hang out with me, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye!